What's going on? What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about this news that is going viral on social media. Apparently, Ryan Williams, 19 years old, 19-year-old Ryan Williams, he's engaged to Alexis Hill, who's 25, and apparently she has a child as well. This thing is going viral. I wanted to work on it earlier, but I wanted to wait a little bit to see if this would pick up steam, and it has. I want to say this because people are making connections to the Travis Hunter situation. I don't think we've gotten to that levels of cringe and embarrassment, but we could always get there. Now, from my research, it looks like they've been dating since last year, and he's already engaged to her. She's 25 and he's 19. I believe he stepped on campus when he was 17. Had a great freshman year at 17 years old. He was on the cover of the most recent college football game. But he had a very lackluster sophomore season. He seemed like somebody that was very distracted. He seemed like somebody that was unfocused. And he did not play very well in certain instances. Certain instances, he looked like himself. Other instances, he did not. He was not reliable. There was another receiver that was more reliable on that team, and he's heading off to the NFL. So we'll see with Ryan Williams when he's back to being the guy, right? But to me, the timing is very interesting because apparently she was going to his games last year. She was wearing stuff with his face and name on it, kind of like Travis Hunter's wife, right? But, at least in that situation, she was with him when he was at Jackson State, right? And they came with him when he went to Colorado. In this situation, this chick came out of nowhere. Now, there's an article from last year that highlighted her in October of last year. She was at the game, again, wearing his number and letting people know that she's dating him. But I have to give this the same energy I would if it was a 25, or not just me, other people, because again, these are two adults at the end of the day. You have a 25-year-old woman that has a child already, messing around with the 19-year-old. Now understand this, he was 18 last year as well. When did they start dating? Did she start dating him during his freshman year when he was 17? Did she start dating him when he turned 18? That's the thing that we don't know. You don't make somebody it's happened, but do you really make somebody your fiance after a couple of months of dating? Let's say a year of dating. He's 18 or he's 17 going on 18. Why do you find that appealing as a 25-year-old? Let's say the roles are reversed. You have a 25-year-old man and 19-year-old girl who's, let's say she's a college athlete. What do you see in 19-year-old or 18-year-old Ryan Williams that would make you want to settle down with him? Is it because he's making a lot of NIL money? Because that's probably what it is. Maybe she lives in the Tuscaloosa area and he met her through some friends or going out, right? Everybody know who Ryan Williams is, right? So you hit pay dirt, you hit a lick, and now he's engaged to you. And y'all need to forget the idea of her signing a prenup. Because if they go through with this marriage, she not signing no prenup. And that is why this story is going viral. Because we see this for what it is. She could be a lovely young lady, right? I call her young lady because she's younger than me. But she's older than him, 6 years older than him, by the way. Possibly, she could be turning 26 this year. But, what do you find appealing? And I'm going to keep saying it about a 19-year-old, except for the fact that he's a well-known college football player who's on his way to the NFL. And I find the timing of this engagement very suspicious because he's going into his junior year. If he has a really good season, he could possibly go in the first or second round. And now all of a sudden he's going into his junior year an engaged man to a 25-year-old who already has a child? The timing is very suspicious. But I will say this though, you don't see them doing vlogs together. But you know, in Travis Hunter's situation, the reason why I don't think that both situations are the same is that Travis Hunter's wife is a straight up clout chaser. She loves the attention. She wants everybody to know she's with the NFL player or that she's with Travis Hunter. But in this situation, you know, she wants people to know that she's dating him, but she hasn't taken it to those levels. Now, if they have a vlog together, then that's different. But again, I have to ask the question, what do you, as a 25-year-old woman, see in a 19-year-old that would make you accept marrying him, except for it's about the money? It's about the money. The only reason why you're going to accept marrying a 19-year-old is because he's making a lot of NIL money. And I also want y'all to understand Travis Hunter. Ryan Williams had one of the worst seasons in college, which was his sophomore season. He did not have the best season. It wasn't up to par with his freshman year. He got a lot of heat from those Alabama fans. Alabama has a very hardcore football fan base. Nothing wrong with that. And there are people who've made insinuations about Ryan Williams. But out of nowhere, to be engaged to this 25-year-old, it's weird to me. Because apparently Ryan Williams' family, especially his father, is very involved in his life. So how did this happen? He should be focusing. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a girlfriend. A lot of college football players have girlfriends. I'm not saying he shouldn't have a girlfriend, but why are you getting engaged to her? Why are you so quick to get engaged to her? That's the thing that really bothers me about this, is that he's engaged to her after what, maybe a year of dating? You don't want to date her a little bit longer to see if she's the one? You already know that she's the one? Let's get a little bit more in depth into this. Go to this article from Heavy. It says the weekend set tongues wagging among Alabama football fans as the superstar wide receiver Ryan Williams announced some unexpected personal news. According to several reports, Williams, who's 19, who's still a teenager, became engaged to 25-year-old girlfriend Alexis Ellis on Valentine's Day, according to a post on Ellis' Instagram stories. Williams made no such announcement on his official Instagram account, and the trolls came out in full force. I don't think they're trolling. They're concerned. They're concerned. They're not trolling him. They're saying to himself, bro, you got way too much potential, and you're 19. You're still a teenager. And you're engaged. Again, there's nothing wrong with having a girlfriend, but you're engaged to a woman who's 25 and already has a child. Nobody's trolling. They're concerned. Congrats. Alabama 19-year-old star Ryan Williams has announced his engagement to 25-year-old girlfriend Alexis Hill. NFL influencer Dove Kleiman wrote on his official X account on Tuesday. Hill has one child with a different baby daddy, a 6-year age gap. Congratulations to the happy couple. And there are people saying we're shading them, but you know. While Alabama found itself in the spotlight again in 2025, playing for a national title, Williams did little to help them achieve higher than they did. Williams, who played his first college football game at 17 years old after graduating high school 1 year early, was one of the nation's best wide receivers in 2024 with 48 receptions, 865 yards, and 10 total touchdowns in 13 games as he was named All SEC and All American. Again, he has the talent, he has the skill, but does he have the focus? Is he going to have the focus this upcoming season? In 2025, Williams had 49 receptions for 689 yards and 4 touchdowns in 14 games as he led the nation in drop passes. Alabama sophomore wide receiver Ryan Williams has the most drops in FBS this season with 13, which is not good, and has 17 drops over the last 2 years, ranking him among the worst in the nation in drop rate. Let me tell you something. If he doesn't fix that, he's not going to get drafted high in the NFL. And even if he gets there, if he doesn't fix that, he's not going to last very long. Football Forever wrote on his official Instagram account on December 20th, 7 of Williams' 13 drops this season are on passes 10 plus yards down the field, eliminating potential touchdowns and explosive plays. Williams' struggles led to speculation he might enter the transfer portal after the season, something he quickly addressed as a non-issue. He wasn't going to transfer because he already had met his future wife. He met his future wife. He wasn't about to transfer. Of course, I'm returning, Williams told AL.com Nick Kelly on December 30th. I'm Alabama through and through. I have no intention of being anywhere else. If Williams can return to being the player he was during his freshman season in 2024, there's little doubt he will be a first-round pick in the 2027 NFL draft, possibly even a top 10 pick. Well, he's going to have to focus because this girl was coming to his games. She was with him last season, and he was very distracted. Hopefully, he can minimize the distractions, but you just never know. College football is ever evolving, and unless he's putting in the work to get better, I know he had the quarterback issue wasn't the most stable, even though the quarterback they had, I think, played well. I think it's all on him and his focus. He's getting a lot of NIL money. Maybe they labeled him a star way too soon. He wasn't able to really earn it. Right after he didn't even have 1,000 yards. Y'all not understand. He got all this hype and didn't even have 1,000 yards receiving. He was getting the hype that, listen, Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State, he deserves the hype he got. Look at the numbers. You look at the numbers that Ryan Williams had, they're good, but they're not great for all the hype he got. But that's just how it was. He was a freshman, 17 years old. He came in and established himself, but then he quickly dissolved apart. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't work out. So hopefully, for his sake, he can get things back on track. Listen, there's nothing wrong with him dating and having a girlfriend, but getting engaged to her at 19 is crazy. Have you really lived your life? Are you going to leave other women alone? That's what he needs to be asking himself. But you can't tell these dudes nothing. They think they know everything. They're getting NIL money. They got an agent. They think they're stars. You can't tell them nothing. So maybe his family have tried to talk to him and he doesn't care. Okay, well, you're going to learn the hard way because the world is a very tough place. And once you get out of college, you're going to be on your own and you're going to be accountable for everything you do. So if you mess up, it's on you. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, like the video, share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I'll see y'all next one.